Hello, my loves. Welcome back to Can't Stop Talking. I have the juiciest episode for you, and I love this episode so much because we're solving a problem that a lot of my clients come to me about. I've had this problem in the past, and this is something that can really, really fix your business and create incredible results. I'm so excited to bring you this podcast. But basically, the topic that we are going to be talking about today is the 4 secrets to attracting people who can afford your prices. So I'm so excited for this. I wish I could go back in time when I had this problem and listen to this podcast. But for anyone experiencing this now, I hope you enjoy. So let's just get right into it. You guys know I'm not about fluff. I like to get right to the 4 secrets. So the first secret is, and this is probably the most important secret, is it's not your product or your price, it's how you're marketing it. Let me say this again. It's not your product or your price, it's how you're marketing it. So the good news is your product is probably perfect as it is, right? One time I heard, and this stuck with me, Jim over there could have a product and it's not as good as yours. And then you could have a product that's amazing. However, if Jim is a better marketer, he's going to get more people into his program. And honestly, your program, which probably, as I know, saves so many lives, won't be selling. So we need to fix that issue. And like you guys see, there are people in the industry that are literally selling programs for $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, $100,000. Like the limit does not exist. So it's not your price. It's literally how you're marketing it. So let's get into it. For example, let's say it's a new program, right? You can post about it on your stories. You can make the most perfect sales page in the world. You can have 6 calls with you, access to you 24/7. You can add a bonus one-on-one call with you, and you can continue to discount it when people aren't buying. But guess what? You're still going to have trouble selling it. Why is this, right? This is because people buy from a transformation. People don't buy features, they actually buy benefits. They buy into who they will become because of your product, right? So, for example, I don't go to acupuncture because they tell me that I'm going to get little needles in my back, right? I go because it takes away my anxiety, I sleep better, and I feel more aligned. So if acupuncture were to market themselves and say, yep, we put little needles in your back and that's it, I'd be like, I'm not going. But if they market it and they're like, it takes away your anxiety, you'll sleep better after your session and you'll feel more aligned, I'm like, oh my God, take my money. I love acupuncture, you guys, if you can't tell. But this same principle goes for your programs, your coaching packages, and everything like that. So, and even if you're a product or service-based business, it does not matter. Same goes for everything. So a feature is what your product does or has, right? So for example, I have a new live group coaching program, Dream Business Accelerator, and it has 2 calls a month, unlimited group Voxer support, and there's pre-recorded modules that are dropped every other week. That's great, right? But you're not going to join my program because I just told you the features, right? You're like, all right, that sounds great, but it's not really doing much for me, right? So that's all amazing, but a benefit is what the customer can actually do with your product, right? So with my new live group coaching program, Dream Business Accelerator, my clients will be able to attract an abundance of soulmate clients ready to pay for their services. After they take my program, they'll have reoccurring and consistent revenue for 6 months down the line. They'll increase their community of soulmate followers that tell them how much they've changed their lives. They'll have an unshakable mindset needed to create an empire for years to come. And they'll grow and scale their business sustainably so that it feels completely aligned and authentic to them, getting paid to be their complete self, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Do you see how that's different, right? So when my clients want to buy my course, they actually see a picture of who they will be after taking the course, not just the features, not just what's in the course, but who they will actually become. And the person they will become is a business owner making 10K consistent months. So the person is really buying into their transformation. And you'll start to see this all over the internet, all over ads and TV. For example, CoverGirl. I always like to give this example for a product-based business. They don't tell you like, okay, here's our mascara. It's extra black and it has this wand and here's the packaging. Like, yeah, they'll give that as a little side thing, but what they're really doing is they're showing a picture of a woman like entering a ball with the longest eyelashes, and all the men in the ball turn around and they look at her, right? So what they're telling you is if you buy our mascara, you're going to get this attention from having the longest eyelashes ever. So you're going to become that woman. You see the difference? So let's go right on to the second secret. You're not talking to the right person. You're like, what? You're actually not talking to the person who can afford your prices. So it's not a market fit. So for example, my client came to me, my one-on-one client, and she felt like she was just attracting in people who were newbies, right? So she thought that she was like, I want to attract in a higher caliber woman, right? And I was like, perfect, let's do it. So she wanted to attract in someone who was making 5-figure months, but she was only talking to new coaches in her messaging. Do you see the discrepancy there, right? So of course, she was attracting new coaches that couldn't afford her prices. The prices were meant for people who were already making 5 figures. And so we completely shifted her messaging to call in those people. And within 2 days, you guys, she had a dream client reach out and say, your stories were literally speaking to me. What are your one-on-one packages? So changing your messaging is huge. One tip is you can actually picture this ideal client. Maybe it's you in the past. Maybe it's a client you've already had. And act like you are speaking to them when you are writing your content. This will help so much. So on to the third secret. You are not selling to the person who is ready and empowered. So most people sell to their potential clients' pain points. This only leaves their clients feeling bad about themselves instead of excited to make a change, right? When you talk to where they could be instead of where they are currently struggling, it changes everything. So for example, I could say, I could talk to the girl and be like, I know that you're getting ghosted in the DMs, that your sales are inconsistent. Or I could just say, learn how to talk to people who can afford your prices, have those consistent cash months, right? See into the future instead of talking to where they currently are. Also, with your wording, right? Are you getting the client ready? Are you saying you're ready for more? It's time. You're done waiting. She knows what she wants, right? Are you talking to the empowered woman who is ready and writing that in your content? The next thing you do to empower your clients is show them that you go first, right? So I recently just invested $10,000 into my coaching with a new coach for a mastermind. And truth is, I didn't wait for my next client, right? I didn't wait for the new year. I didn't wait till I was struggling. I just moved. I was actually in a really great place in my business, but I wanted some more support because I really want to keep growing and add some systems into my business. And so I was like, I'm not going to wait till January. I want to do this now. And so what I did is after I invested that $10,000 into that coach, I went on my stories and I told my clients and my followers, like, I practice what I preach, right? I invested in myself and I showed them it's not scary. I do this all the time. And you want someone who's embodying, right, the things that you would like as a coach. If I'm going to hire a coach if they also believe in coaching, right? If they have a coach themselves. They don't always have to have a coach themselves. That's not what I'm saying. But they have to believe that coaching works. And to believe that coaching works, you'd probably want a coach, right? So when you move, your clients move with you because you are embodying what you're preaching. And it works in 2 ways. So one, I went on my stories and I told everyone that so they could feel comfortable with me as a coach and they can feel comfortable investing in themselves, even if it's not with me. And the other reason is energy. I believe in manifestation. I believe in energy. And when you move, your clients move as well. So we're finally on to the last secret. So lastly, in the energy and manifestation realm, you guys know I can't help myself. I need it. Lastly, if you're not expecting a soulmate client to come, that's probably why they are not here yet or they're not coming, right? So my client felt like she didn't have these soulmate people in her audience, right? But the truth is, that was just a belief that she subscribed to. In any moment, you guys, everything can shift when we shift. So, truth is, there are limitless possibilities in every single second. A client can wake up finally ready to say yes to your offer. They could wake up and be like, wait, I've always wanted to hire Sam, and now's the time, right? Or you could put out one post, one story, one email can be the reason someone finally asks about your coaching. I've had people find me on a podcast episode that I did with someone else that they were going to delete. And then they listened to it and they were like, I resonated with everything that you were talking about and I need to be your client. And she bought all my stuff and she became a mastermind client, right? So once you just shift, clients come out of nowhere. Honestly, that's what happens. But when you're thinking and you're believing and you're subscribing to the belief that where are my clients? They're not in my audience. They're nowhere to be found. There's no way one can just come out of nowhere. That's the vibe that you're giving out. But if you believe in the limitless possibilities of they're everywhere, it can happen at any time, at any second. I can't see the way that clients are moving, right? It's actually so funny. We can't see a lot of the things that happen on social media you can't see. So I've had a lot of clients who have never liked my post or commented and become my client, right? I've also, one time I put up this really juicy post and I was so excited about it and I really didn't get any traction. And then I went to my mini mind call that day and my clients were like, Sam, that post was so good, but they didn't like it and they didn't comment it. And I wasn't mad that they didn't like it or comment it. I wasn't mad at all. I just realized in that moment that your posts can deeply, deeply touch someone, your emails, your stories, and you might not actually see the results that are happening behind the scenes. Just like if I could ask you, do you like and comment on everything that moves you? Probably not. But this is a good reminder to start doing that and make your favorite content creators feel really good about themselves. So after this, so it's the same client that we fixed her messaging. So after we fixed her messaging and her beliefs, one client came from TikTok and the other one came out of the blue. So it's really, really important to get rid of those limiting beliefs and realize that the world is your little oyster. You have a magic wand and you can make clients come out of nowhere. So the equation for this is knowing what's possible, expecting it to happen, and taking action from that place. And that creates pure magic. So I want to leave you with this affirmation. You can say it at night, in the morning, all the time, when you're working out, when you're drinking wine, whenever you want. So the affirmation is, and you can write this down, I have an abundance of soulmate clients who have an abundance of money to pay for my services. Do you want to do it with me now? Okay, let's do it together. I have an abundance of soulmate clients who have an abundance of money to pay for my services. Yes. Okay, amazing, my love. So if you'd like to be my next soulmate client, I have two ways to work with me. I have my one-on-one coaching. The pricing will be going up in January. So if that's something you're interested, reach out and I would love to talk about one-on-one coaching with you. And my second is my new group live program, Dream Business Accelerator. So basically it starts January. You will be spending 3 months with me and the other women. How it's going to go is you will get drip fed a part of my course every other week. And every other week, you will have a live group coaching call with Voxer support. So basically, why I made this group coaching program, right, is so that you can get results. I've heard so many of my clients say, and I'm guilty of this too. They've bought a course and they've never finished it. And they asked me, when I asked them, what would you like from a course? They said, I would like a course with access to a coach daily and group live coaching sessions. And so that's what I gave you guys. This is all about results. If you want to hit your 10K month in the new year, this course is for you. It's application only. I'll leave it below. And that starts in January. So I love you guys so, so much. Message me if you loved this podcast, rate it. It really helps the algorithm out. But I love you guys and I hope that you start attracting, I know you will, start attracting people who can afford your prices. So I love you guys.